able to do this. They're the real deal. They're the heroes, and so we're in awe of them every time we see them.
Amazing.
And we truly are. I mean, this is really a heartfelt, really in awe of these women, and we honor them and we respect them.
As are those of us who have had the pleasure of seeing this movie and actually seeing and meeting some of the real Rockford Peaches.
Right.
Now, I know that you've got or had some events that you've participated in just recently. Tell us a little bit about those.
Well, we were asked to go to the Ted Williams Home Run Hitters Museum for an event that they did on the field. The Tampa Rays, we did it on the football field. It was a dinner. And it's we were lucky enough to be honored at that. But it was really honoring Penny Marshall for an exhibit for in the museum, and the women, the league. And so we went and signed autographs for people that were attending, and then we received our own award. And Tracy spoke and talked about women's baseball.
Now, for those who don't know, let's tell our listeners who Stacy is.
Tracy Reiner is Penny Marshall's daughter.
Okay.
And Tracy's carrying on the legacy of what Penny started, and is really very proactive in promoting women's baseball. And she's always giving. She got up and talked to this amazing group of people that were also being honored. A lot of the baseball players that were also there being honored. And just a very heartfelt speech on engaging, them and saying, look, if you're an uncle or a father or a brother, please play baseball with your daughters and encourage them to play ball. And if they already play ball, encourage them. And also the wives and the daughters being involved in this, because one of the biggest things that she says always is, yes, there's 29 countries now pushing women's baseball, but there's not a single state in the United States that is. And so we've got to get on board with that. I mean, you're talking about Japan, Australia, they're all over the world. And I do know that Major League Baseball has an organization in Compton where they work with girls and they come out and play baseball, and that's a great organization. So we just really need to continue to promote what's already happening and encourage it, and then continue to push for the sport, and honor these women by carrying on that legacy and not letting it die out. And these women are getting older, and they're all trying to support it as well, but they're trying to get us to pass the torch. You guys, please keep this going, because they know that in their time is near. Their time is near, and time is of the essence.
And it's important to them, I would imagine, to want to make this a legacy.
Oh, absolutely.
This is it's almost the woman that I met. It was like it was her life's goal. Mm-hmm. Ever since that movie came out, it was like whatever she could do.
Right. I mean, if they were engaged, and now the floodgates are open, and they, God bless them, really want to just like make this happen as much as they can. And so that's what we're all trying to do, and especially Tracy is really pushing it to carry on the legacy for Penny, her mother. So
yeah, I think the world is worse off for losing Laverne.
Oh yes, it was a very sad day.
It was, because she had so much that she gave.
She did, and I will say also, in addition to that, Gina Davis is another woman who is pushing for women and has her organization and is doing a lot for women in film and television, so that girls see themselves. She's making. There aren't a lot of girls who see themselves in film being portrayed like the women in A League of Their Own were. I mean, they're either waitresses or housewives, or, and very rarely do you see two women having a dialogue together. They're usually having a dialogue with another man, or and this is scientific. I mean, they've studied this, they've researched it, and Gina's that's her life's goal now, is to be proactive with that. So we've got a lot of powerful women coming out of this movie, and a lot of stuff that happened that it changed all of our lives in one way or another.
Would it be safe to assume you became a team?
Yes, we did. We did become. We weren't. You know what? We were. It was just like the movie. I'm a peach, and we became a team. But we didn't know each other when we came into it. And we came from all different backgrounds, and we were all fearful. But by the time we got to, we left Chicago and went to Evanston, we were suddenly a team, So, yes. Well, we were together in the dugout 24/7. If we weren't in the dugout, we were on the bus for 24/7. I mean, all those people are like, "Have you met Tom Hanks?" I'm like, I was with him 24/7.
You know him pretty well by now.
In the dugout, Madonna. We were together all the time. It was, when you look at the movie, it's the teams together all the time.
Okay,
for 6
I'm
months.
going to ask you a couple of questions. What was your favorite memory?
Wow, that's a tough one. You know what? No, you know what? I think my favorite memory was, I'll tell you what my favorite memory was. Not only was the movie in itself, the camaraderie with everybody, and becoming a team, and then suddenly you're not Madonna. It's not Madonna anymore. It's not Rosie. It's a group of women. It's not Tom. It's a group of people coming together to do a project. And we had so much fun on that shoot for the 6 months. We laughed so hard. We were frustrated. We cried. I think all the emotions that we went through and what I learned from each person I worked with. I remember making notes like, I learned this from Rosie. I learned this from Madonna. I learned this from, and the girls became my sisters. And then my favorite for the TV show, because we did do a TV show, and Tom came and directed, which was amazing, was my mom coming to that set to meet Tom Hanks, and for her to come to the set, because she was really the one that inspired me to play baseball and be an actress. And so that was a great memory for me.
And she's sitting in the background going, I knew this was going to pay off someday.
Yeah. Yeah. All those years she used to take me to the Tigers game and keep score.
Oh,
she knew
good.
She knew Kayline, she knew Stanley, Mickey Stanley, she knew all of them, and because she had worked with them at Buick after they retired, so she was a big Tiger fan.
That's
and
awesome.
She would take me to the theater and the baseball field, and that's what happens when this is me. This is what I became, which I'm eternally grateful.
What was the toughest scene in the movie for you?
Toughest scene for me was the last scene in the movie when Biddy, I'm the cut-off person, Marble Ann, that Biddy always misses. That was a tough day because they had a slingshot, and they would take this baseball and they put it in the slingshot, and we would have to race out to the back wall, the very back wall, and we to do the relay so that Biddy Schramm could catch it, get it off the back wall, throw it to me so I could transfer it then into Rosie. And that went on for 10 hours.
Oh, my God.
I mean, we had break, lunch, and stuff in between, but we had to get the shot where Lori runs the bases and we're trying to get the ball in. And this just went on and on and on, and Biddy and I running out there. And then Biddy actually, being the friend she is, established my character and yelled, Marble Ann, which she knew she was establishing my character.
Mm-hmm.
And she did that as a friend, so that was really sweet. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So we only have a couple of minutes left. Mm-hmm. What would be your advice for young ladies today? What bits of wisdom can you leave?
I guess, when I crashed that audition and I got it, I've been told by a lot of people, we're always told never crash an audition. And I'm like, if your heart's telling you that you in your heart, and you have a instinct that this is yours, and that even if you're not going to get it, or go for it, and don't listen to what the no's. Just listen to your instincts, and always listen to your instincts. And I think also do what you love, because life is short. And, just go for it, and know that there are going to be your ups and downs, and most of all, create your own projects, because that's what you have to do now. You can't wait for somebody to knock on the door. If you're going to produce, go out and produce. If you're going to produce your own plays, produce your own plays. If you're going to do your own short, you can do it because you have cameras now. It's not like you have to wait for a crew to get together to help you shoot something. And so do your web series. And because that's one of the best times I ever had in my life, besides A League of Their Own, was when I was producing my own plays. Because I was doing it my way, and I was engaging my friends, and I was telling the stories I wanted to tell, and I was also getting to play the parts that I thought I might never have an opportunity to play. I could cast myself. So that would be my suggestions.
And good suggestions they are. You've been listening to Society Bites Radio, and our guest today has been Patti Pelton. We're going to break for a little while, and on our next show, we're going to be talking about some even more important information. So I hope you all will come back next week and hear part 2 with Patti Pelton. Thanks for coming in. See you tomorrow. Remember, the topic is always hot. And, oh hey, don't forget your change.